What is a hindrance to patience? What stops us from waiting with patience? The frustration and lack of vision. Frustration and lack of vision. Why are we frustrated? Because what we are waiting for has not happened. The word of the Lord came to us very strongly, very accurately, and said something, but it hasn't happened yet. So not seeing the fruit of that word has got me frustrated. And now I can't see the vision of what that word is supposed to produce. In other words, instant gratification is a hindrance to waiting patiently. You know what's instant gratification? Immediately. I want this immediately. The opposite to instant gratification is delayed gratification, which means the ability to wait. The ability to wait till you can see the fruit. In the 1960s, there's a famous experiment that Stanford did where they took some children, 4 to 5 years old children, and they did this experiment with them. They took them to a private room and they gave them, each of these children, they gave them a marshmallow. Marshmallow are sweet things that kids love. 4 to 5 years old. And they told them, if you do not eat this marshmallow, I'm going right now, if you do not eat this marshmallow, you will get a second marshmallow. If you can delay your gratification, if you can control your impulse, your desire, just for 15 minutes, in 15 minutes I come back, but if you can control that, I'll give you a second marshmallow. And what they found was some of them immediately ate. The moment the researcher left, they immediately ate the marshmallow. And then they saw some children who were like struggling. They waited for some time, they looked at it, then they would stop themselves. But then eventually they fell into the temptation, they ate. But there were some who waited patiently. And when they waited patiently, they got a second marshmallow. Now the thing is, this was done in 1960. What the research says is they kept tracking these children's life for the next 40 years. And you know what they found? Kids who were able to delay their gratification, their life was much better. They were not prone to substance abuse. They were successful in their careers. They had a healthy life. They were not prone to obesity-related problems. Something about delayed gratification, right? So, another university, the University of Rochester, took that experiment and they wanted to follow up on that experiment. So what they did was they tweaked a little bit on that experiment. So before the kids were taken to that private room and they were given the marshmallow, they were taken to another private room where they were given small crayons. And the instruction this time was, if you don't use these crayons, I'll come back in like 5 minutes. Earlier it was 15 minutes. Now I'll come back in 5 minutes and I'll give you bigger crayons. And the thing was, with some kids, what they did was, after 5 minutes when they came, they did not give them the bigger crayons. Okay? With another set of kids, they gave them the bigger crayons. Now there are two sets of children. One who did not get the bigger crayons, the other one who got the bigger crayons. Now when they take them to this room where they receive the marshmallow, who do you think is going to wait for the second marshmallow? So the ones who did not get the crayon, they immediately ate the marshmallow because they cannot trust the integrity of the one who made the promise. How can I trust this man? Because the last time he took me to that room, he said he'll give me a bigger crayon, but he did not fulfill it. So I'm not going to trust him, so let me just eat it. But the other set of children who saw that their promise was fulfilled, they waited. They waited for 15 minutes. And then they received a second marshmallow. Having said that, what I'm trying to say is, this ability to delay your gratification is something that you can program within yourself. It's not a genetic thing. It's not something that, it just comes to you because you were born in a certain situation. You can program it within yourself. And how you program it is answering this. The one who gave you the promise, does he have the integrity and the ability to fulfill that promise? Faith is to believe in the promise giver. Faith is to believe that the promise giver has the integrity and the ability. Now, some of you have the ability, but some of us don't have the integrity. So why would anyone trust you? If I say, I give you 10,000 rupees, you know that I have the ability to give you 10,000 rupees, but I don't have the integrity. Why will you trust me? I can change my words anytime. Or if I have the integrity, but I don't have the ability, why would you trust me again? I say, I'll give you $1 million, but you know that I have the integrity, but not the ability. Why will you trust me? You see it? So faith is believing in the ability and in the integrity of the one who has promised to fulfill their promise. If you truly believe that the word of God that you have received is from God, and he is able and he is, integral enough to fulfill that promise, you can wait. You can wait with patience. Wait with patience. Irrespective of what you see in the physical circumstances. Because you know why? What you see in the physical is temporary. It's true. What you see in the physical is temporary. What you see in the spiritual is permanent. There's a glass of water. What do you see? It's full right now. Temporary. But what you see in the spiritual is permanent. But the problem is our hearts get perplexed by what we see in the physical. But here's the Lord, He's encouraging us and saying, the word is spiritual. You'll focus on the spiritual. You focus on the word, because that word will come forth in your life. It will. It has to. So even if you haven't seen it in the physical, if you stay on the word will bear fruit. But you need to be patient to wait for it. Thank you for watching this sermon on our YouTube channel. If you were blessed by the sermon, please do share with your friends and families. We would love to hear how this word has impacted you. I believe that every word has a potential to birth testimonies. So please do check out the comment section below. God bless you.